I've spent more time than I'd like to admit just staring at Night City, because Cyberpunk 2077 is beautiful. Its world is such an aesthetic joy that it feels almost disrespectful to fast travel or skip drives in Night City. It's not just the way the city comes to life at night either, as the appropriately titled Night City does look ridiculous in the dark, all neon shimmer and glowing reflections. But this urban playground looks great any time of day. However, it's always quick to remind you that life within Night City is brutal, raw, and oh so violent. But that's what you're hoping for, right? After all, a great setting can only get you so far. As you'd expect from the team that brought you The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, Cyberpunk 2077 is a masterpiece of world building, full of intrigue and distraction. Quests take various forms, from the main jobs to the side jobs, which are basically core missions in all but name, down to those that you'll just stumble upon. Because of that, the map can feel like a mess of icons, but in reality, Night City only gets richer and more enticing the longer you spend in it. And you'll want to explore everything Cyberpunk 2077 has to explore, because the core campaign is surprisingly short, should you focus solely on just the main jobs. Ignore side jobs, gigs and other Night City lures, and the point of no return will flash up faster than you'd like. You could be looking at a completion time of somewhere in the 15 to 20 hour region, but you'll also be doing the game a huge disservice by powering through these core tasks. So while it is possible, I'd also strongly advise against it. Thankfully, for what Cyberpunk lacks in campaign length, it more than makes up for with the depth and breadth of the content available in Night City. And it's here that the side jobs are incredibly crucial, and quite the misnomer. While it's tempting to dismiss them as mere filler, they are campaign arcs in their own right, exploring narratives with core characters that bring light, colour and complexity to the main story. Not to mention the possibility to influence the ending. While I won't spoil anything for you, it's here that you'll find a different side to Cyberpunk 2077. A more emotional, human side away from the guns, gangs and gore. And there's comedy too, particularly in the gigs that you'll find as you stumble your way through Night City. Johnny Silverhand, of course, also adds to the game's appeal. Played by Keanu Reeves, Silverhand is your constant companion, commenting on your escapades and the decisions you'll make at every opportunity. He's a bizarre presence, and not always a welcome one, but the rocker boy never fails to add something to a situation. How you feel about him though, and any of the characters that will stagger into V's life, will always depend on the choices you've made in Cyberpunk 2077. While that starts with character customization and your choice of life path, it continues until the very last moments of the game. The choices you make may not always cause the story to develop dramatically, but you'll never know quite how far-reaching your decisions are until you've made them. That breadth of choice extends to the combat too. You'll find weaponry aplenty in Night City, but what you choose to do with them is up to you. The game features a wealth of upgrade trees for abilities and associated perks that let you really dial into the kind of person you want your V to be. Stealth ninja, shotgun master, hacking netrunner. There's something for everyone and the perks to match. The switch from FPS to the RPG format of The Witcher 3 is a huge change too. The CD Projekt Red has done a great job making the combat always feel rewarding. It's not quite as nuanced as The Witcher 3, but there's plenty of benefits and differences between the weapons types. For me, it's the ability to mix cyberware-powered hacking and enhancements with gunplay that's the real draw, allowing you to balance stealth and hands-off attacks with the option to quickly switch tactics as needed. And even after 50 plus hours with Cyberpunk, which includes seeing my first ending and completing all the main side quests, I feel like I have plenty to see in Night City. Gigs still litter the map, fixers still call me for help, and I've not even started my car collection yet. Cyberpunk 2077 is a paragon of open world gaming. It takes everything we celebrate about open world games and learns from it, implementing best-in-class variations in a world that's so dense and detailed. Add in the human-like level of reactivity and emotional depth that it brings to its narrative, and it all combines for the most spectacular experience. Honestly, take a trip to Night City immediately.
You ever feel like the city doesn't give you a choice? You either burn alive in it, or you never existed at all.